Hey, what's up, guys? Sanitary here. Doing a little bit of a different type of video here. In the past, I've done obviously my meals of the week videos, but in this video, I kind of wanted to do an impromptu video, nothing too formal. Just kind of do a voiceover and show you what happens before the meals of the week, the actual meal prep. I kind of vary it from a week to week, chicken, fish, a little bit of lean beef, sometimes turkey. But right here, sticking with my go-to protein. That's good old chicken breasts. This was the free-range organic chicken breasts, and it's pretty optional because chicken breasts, or what is optional, is cutting off the fat. And a lot of people use a knife, but if you can, use a pair of scissors. It's much easier to cut off and trim off any extra fat. So right here, I'm just trimming off a little bit, and it is optional to do this because chicken breast is much lower in fat content than chicken thighs. But right here, I'm making my chicken salsa through the crock pot. And one of my subscribers actually asked me about the chicken salsa. I've done it many a times, but ironically, I've never actually done a official cooking video on it, which is kind of crazy. So anyway, I'm using a crock pot. I use any old salsa. I usually use the mild or medium, and I pour a little bit on the base of the crock pot, and this is so the chicken doesn't stick too much. So I'm just pouring that in accordingly, and then I'm gonna slowly add in my chicken into the crock pot right here, as you can see that 1 and 2. And then I usually will put some taco seasoning on top of the chicken breast, which I'm going to show you guys in a quick second. So in terms of the actual setting, you can put it on, I think later on in the video. Well, here's the taco seasoning right here, like I was mentioning. I'll get into the timing in a second. I usually just drizzle that right on top. It just gives the chicken a lot more flavor. And taco seasoning doesn't have much calories and sodium, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. So go ahead and cake that on accordingly, and don't be shy about the taco seasoning. Just gives a little bit more flavor. And then right here, I'm adding a little bit more salsa on top. It's going to give it a lot more flavor. And if you've never tried the crock pot, I highly recommend it, because when it's done, it's it can basically just peel off really easily. And now I'm just using the spoon to kind of just spread the sauce all over, and just kind of just move it around with your spoon. And then in terms of timing, like I said, I think for this video I did 6 hours on low. If you're in a semi-rush, you can do 4 hours on high, but I had time, so you just set it to, I think I did 6 hours. I did this video a while back. So yeah, 6 hours on low, and then you can go and run your errands and do whatever. So that's with the chicken salsa. And then for this video, I did the wild salmon. I got this one at Trader Joe's, I believe. So using my old scissors, obviously you want to wash it before. I did that off camera. Just take it out. And this one, you can either put it on the pan or you can put it in the oven. For the sake of this video, I put it on the pan. So I just get some aluminum foil and some non-stick spray, some canola cooking oil, and you just spray the pan. And this is just this is optional. You don't have to do this, but it's just a little bit easier when you take the fish out of the oven and put it in a container for the meals of the week, which I'm showing a little bit. So put in the salmon right there. And one difference between wild caught and farm raised is if you just look at the color of it, it looks much different. Farm raised is a little bit more pink, and the wild is a little bit more red, as you can see. Wild salmon, it is more expensive, obviously, and sometimes it can be a little bit more drier, so you gotta be creative with the seasoning. So this one, I use the Old Bay seasoning. I go to this from time to time. I haven't used it that recently, but for this video I did. And you just douse it over the salmon. So spices are really good. You can try your own concoction. paprika if you like more spice, some chili powder, and I'm just putting a little bit of more healthy olive oil on top so it doesn't remain that dry. And then I like to put my oven at 375. Timing wise, I just use a thermometer, but I'll get into that. So now I go on and make my veggies. For these meals, I'm actually going pretty low carb, so I'm just doing green vegetables. If you've been following me, I kind of go back and forth between going moderate carb and lower carb, depending how I feel and how I look in the mirror. So I just boil up some water and just put it on high, and then I'm going to add my greens. These are organic green beans. Greens is something that you definitely should be getting in your diet. I notice a lot of people in the bodybuilding community tend to focus a lot on the high protein, which is important, and other carbs, but they neglect the greens. Looking good is one thing, but being healthy is more important. So I never neglect my greens. And portion wise, I just kind of just eyeball it. After you do it a while, it's pretty easy. So once it's boiled, and you don't want to boil it too much, because especially if you're gonna reheat it in the microwave for your meals of the week, you don't want it to go limp, and that can happen. So you only need to heat it up a little bit and then drain it. Same thing goes with asparagus. If you get asparagus and they're really thin, those are actually really challenging, because those go limp like really quick. So just be careful, really careful about that. And then I just portion it out with my tongs. Make sure you don't burn yourself, obviously. And just kind of portion it out. For this week, I only was working 4 days. Therefore, you only see 4 containers. Some people were asking about those containers. These are glass containers. The brand is called Pyrex, Pyrex, and you can find these at Target. I like the glass containers much better than the plastic. Very durable, very good. But anyway, fish looks done, and this is a great product, the Good Grips. And if you don't have a thermometer, I highly recommend it as well, because it's kind of hard to tell at times unless you're like a custom culinary chef. And you want to get fish to about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicken's like 160. I think steak's like 140 for medium. So I just use the thermometer. It just is a little bit safer, and you don't want to risk getting a sick food poisoning, as they say. So once it's done, you just plop that over into the pan, and then I think I filmed this 6 hours later for the chicken salsa to speed things up, obviously. So once the chicken salsa is done, you just take it out, and I'm gonna leave it. If you notice, I'm not gonna shred it up. I'm gonna leave it in its normal form, I guess you can say. But if you get a fork right now and you just touch it, it'll just completely shred off. That's how tender the chicken salsa is. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Hopefully that was informative and stuff, and you get behind the scenes. You can see what I do. It only takes about an hour and a half total. So that's about it, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.